Yeah.
Hello, and we're live.
Can you hear us?
Hopefully everyone can hear us. Yeah. 22 viewers.
Okay, cool.
Some people are already in, so that's perfect. So we're just going to start, everyone.
Good evening, all. To our Q&A evening. Well, we are very excited. We've got a lot of questions.
Yes, we do.
So we need to, let's get rolling.
Yeah.
We are very enthusiastic that you have so many questions for us. It's about all different kinds of subjects.
Definitely.
Don't forget, coming Friday, we have another webinar about the role of the goalkeeper in the PC.
Yeah.
And we have
special guests
like Davy Hart, Mary Hinch, Kiko Cortez, Josien Koning from the Dutch team, and Kiki Gunneman. We're trying to get another one, but they're all going to have a little subject on the role of the goalkeeper during our webinar. So that's very exciting.
Cool.
We are very happy with the contribution.
Yeah.
So let's start. The first question for you, please.
Yeah. From Kelly Carleen, and she sent it in on Instagram. Going into a shootout, is your mindset to take the ball off the striker or just try to stay in the game? I think don't just pick one thing. And the nice thing is if you can be good at both. So sometimes you can sit out the time, and sometimes if you see an opportunity, go for the ball.
Yeah.
I think when your mindset is to go for the ball all the time, it's not possible all the time.
Yeah, then you're too eager.
Yeah, and then they will know if you're too eager and rush out too hard. They will know. They will set up a fake. You will fall for it, and they have an empty net to score in.
Yeah.
So I think what a good thing is to do is to switch in between both.
Yes, it's the delay.
Yeah.
So because they have those 8 seconds, and it's like in your mind it's like if you start counting, the less time they have, the more pressure is the ball on the ball, and then you're on the opportunity, and then you get your chances.
Yeah,
don't they?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's delay, and it's like a snake attack.
Yeah.
You wait, and then
and already when you do that snake attack, you get them out of their plan, and the first thing then what they think is 8 seconds, and probably then it's just even 4, so they get in a panic.
Yeah. Also,
but
I'll ask a question about it.
I think this is a really good one for a webinar to talk about shootouts.
Oh, it's a nice one.
We haven't thought about it, but let's do it.
Yeah. We can.
A webinar about shootouts.
Yeah.
Will be a really good one.
Yeah.
So
delay.
Carleen.
Delay.
Yeah.
Delay. Wait for your opportunity, and sometimes because they are panicking, they make a mistake, or you have an opportunity to make the save.
Yeah. Definitely.
They need to score. You don't need to stop the ball. It's like the penalty stroke.
Yeah. Matt Boyd.
Okay.
1981. Hello. This is one for you, so I'll speak to you. Hello, Martijn. I'm looking to take a step from play into the goal to coaching goalkeepers. Unfortunately, in the UK, there is no clear keeper-specific coaching qualification. Can you advise me on how to get started?
Well, that's a very good one. Well, I think we both started that way, and I was quite young when I started with goalie coaching. I think the first thing you need to do is you need to realize why you want to become a goalie coach.
Yeah.
And how you want to be the goalie coach, and you want to. And I think the best thing is you start on a lower level and see if your the techniques that you want to learn, how the goalkeepers react on that.
Yeah.
And from there you start building your own philosophy, or with a course that you can follow. We're busy building a course, an online course for goalie coaches.
Yeah.
And because we have so many questions about this.
Yeah.
And well, it's take your time. Look at other, especially look at other goalies, how they play.
Yeah.
There's not one style, and I think it's so important that you try to find the best combination between the different styles of goalkeeping, and then you need to think about how can I add this to my philosophy.
Yeah, definitely.
Because how did you start? Yeah.
Not really. I already started
Yeah.
at the club where I played back then, a really small club in the east of Holland. There wasn't really a goalie coach, so it was so small that when I was the first man's goalie at the age of 16, I started to train all the other goalies, and that's how I started. And then we started with a tiny goalie camp on our club, and we had the help of Sportways. And Sportways is a company that we both work with, that we do the goalie camps over there. So we get the help from trainers that you coached.
Yeah.
You made them goalie trainers. So I got their information, and then I went to Sportways and I got in contact with you. So I learned a lot from Martijn himself. So that's a great opportunity if you have a big name next to you to learn from. But then I also got in contact with other goalie coaches throughout my career, and all those other different goalie coaches
and
made
styles.
me who I am now.
Yeah.
So the big philosophy of the most coaches around the world is probably about the same, the basics, but everyone has his own flavor around it.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Not everyone has to be the same.
No, definitely not. And I think stay in contact with us, and we'll keep. Then we can keep you posted on more ideas.
Definitely.
Okay.
Peter, can you be a good goalie coach having never played the position?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, it has its advantages that you were in the goal itself as well, because you know certain situations, especially tactical situations, how to solve things, how it goes. But to train a goalie in a technical way, it doesn't have to. No. And the nice thing is, not all goalie coaches can play a ball very well on goal. Now we can, because of a lot of balls that we play. But if you are already a player, they have a big advantage of that.
Yeah, because I remember that we had in the Netherlands, we had two goalie coaches, Karel van der Staak and Harry Delmee, and they did the national teams of the ladies and the men's, and they played both in the defense. I think even in the same team they played, and they were really good goalie coaches. They really but they understood also because they were defenders, how to coach the defense part of goalkeeping. And it's I think it's an advantage. But the most important thing is that you need to realize that every ball you play as a player has to be stopped and not to be scored. And there's a big difference. The goalie coach plays the ball to be stopped, and the player plays the ball to score. And that's something that you need to switch in your mindset.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Next one, also from Peter. It's a good one. Which goalkeeper training aids would you recommend? I think a nice one is to look back at one of our previous webinars about the goalkeeper equipment. We explained everything into detail. And there also, Martijn's, to give you a little preview about that, we tell them, if you have a material, you should first know, why do I use it? So I can say you now, you have to have this, this, and this, but it all depends on what you want to train. And that's a good thing to know. Why do you want to use it?
How do you want to use it? Where do you want to use it?
Yeah, those were the 3 questions that are really important in the webinar.
Yeah.
And we talk about every single equipment that there is, and also all the combinations that you can have.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
So there's not just one solution.
Yeah, but to say that, so we use a lot the orange catch-it boards.
Yeah.
They have a little fast deflection. We use the deflector, the shark,
Yeah.
It has a slow deflection. We use the crazy catch.
Yeah.
Okay, difference in height is predictable and unpredictable.
Yeah.
And we have been talking about the ball machine, the bowler ball machine, that we don't use that much.
No.
And
The rebound boards.
The rebound
Masses.
boards, yeah. So we have a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Joris de Bruin. I will translate it in English. I first read it in Dutch. Do you think because of Corona, we can still play before the season is over? Competition-wise, I don't think so. No. The competition will be, if we already play, it will be made so much smaller, or they just cancel it all, just like Belgium.
I would prefer, and I had a discussion this morning with one of my goalkeepers, Josine, and as he said, it's because it's coming for the highest division, the Premier League. It's an Olympic year, and so they have the preparation. They got the Pro League, so you can say we cancel the competition and we have maybe a summer league.
Yeah,
and you're going to be the winner. But it's nothing. You won't be champion of Holland. There's going to be there's something that we would advise.
Yeah,
because it's you can't play say June, July, August, and then start in the competition in September.
Yeah.
Then you got the Pro League and the Olympics coming.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
But for the lower level,
keep on going the entire summer. Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
It's the best moment. The first thing when they said to us, sorry, Dennis, our prime minister just said we have to go off the pitch. He didn't really say that, but the measurement,
off the pitch.
Everyone has to go off. Then the first thing I said, finally, normally we have to stop in April, May. Now finally we can play hockey when it's nice weather.
Yeah.
So in June, hopefully.
Yeah.
So I really hope we can go onto the pitch in June.
Yeah.
Even when it's just before training sessions.
Yeah, because we hope really that in the summer that our summer goalie camps, the sport that they will be continuing, because
definitely.
Yeah, the whole month of July we got goalie camps in August.
And we have more coming up this summer.
Yeah.
Keep in touch. Goalkeeper full training, ball machine over coach being involved on drill. If so, why or why not? So ball machine over a coach.
Yeah, ball machine is just a tool. Yeah. It's not you can't be it's a very nice thing to train with, where you can train very specific techniques.
Yeah.
Like
stick safe low,
or bouncy balls or whatever. But no, I don't. You can't replace the goalie coach for a ball machine.
No,
you can't. You can't, and because it's too unnatural.
Yeah.
Because you have the stick movements, you get the back swings, the timing, and you often also see that they start training in rhythm. With ball machines, so 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom. But goalkeeping, hockey is arrhythmic.
Yeah.
And that's the key, and that But it's a nice tool to use.
Yeah.
But you can't put a face on a ball machine and use it. Hello.
We tried once.
Yeah. I'm your new goalie coach. My name is Bola.
You know the olifant?
Yeah, the elephant.
That's right, sort of.
Yeah.
But it's something else. Yeah. Another question from Goalkeeper Full Training. 3 tips that you would give to a parent volunteer who is helping with goalkeepers on club training sessions. One really big thing, actually, to keep it simple, stay with the basics.
Not too much information.
Yeah. And keep it fun. Especially that, because if they maybe don't learn that much because you don't have the information, then make it fun, because then they want to come again, and that's exactly what you want. If they didn't learn anything and they didn't have fun, probably they won't come the next time. So especially start with the basics. Just let them stand still, a good basic posture. those two things are already nice things to start with, and let them have a lot of fun.
Yeah, as you said, it's fun, learning, sweating. Yeah, so they get off the pitch, I did a lot. They need to have lots of fun.
Yeah.
And they need to learn.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't have to learn that much every time.
No.
Because you can have maybe 1 or 2 pointers per session to learn.
Yeah, that's already enough.
That's more than enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You once said if you are better every training session just by 1%, then you do well.
Yeah.
And you're not getting better 1% by focusing on 10 different points.
Yeah, and especially also is that every session you never know what level you will have.
Yeah.
One day you're good, one day you're not that good.
Yeah.
So as a goalie coach, you need to adjust your sessions to the level of the goalkeeper's day level. So that's what's up.
Freddie said, evening both.
What?
Freddie Rainbow.
Yeah.
Perfect. Kiki. Freddie, you know her. Kiki. How much do you think mental health affects performance? Good question, Kiki. Loads. Yeah. And mental health can already be a little bit in a fight with your brother before you went to practice. That already affects your mind and already makes your performance weaker or less. So it can be school, can be troubles at home, can be troubles with your friends. It can be everything. And as long as that's in your mind, it will affect your performance, definitely. So being calm and relaxed and get everything off you before a match is a really important thing. So if you have a call to make because you don't feel well before a match, please make that call so it's out of your system.
Yeah.
You will 100% perform better.
Yeah, because I think we at the end we had also a question about bad habits.
Yeah.
Remember, I think this is similar to this.
Yeah.
And what I often tell my goalkeepers that the moment that they get in on the bike, the bus, the car, whatever, towards the club, and even before, they need to think about all their good saves that they made in their training sessions and in the matches. So you start thinking of all the good things you did instead of that you get the monkey on your shoulder saying, I hope it's going to be, I hope I'm doing well. I hope I'm doing well. And that monkey, give him bananas, send him into the forest.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And so
leave him in the bus.
Yeah. It's if you start visualizing all your good things, you will get in a better flow. And it's like, say, like a Max Verstappen, the Formula 1 driver, he can close his eyes and he knows exactly where to accelerate, where to brake, whatever in his mind before the match. The same with the down skiing.
Yeah.
They know every jump, everything. A Federer or Nadal, they know exactly the plans, what to do or what they're going to play. And we can do the same as a goalkeeper. And it's tough, yes, but you can practice. Nothing comes for free.
Yeah, definitely.
So be focused on the good things and not on the bad things.
Definitely.
Because you're doing it because you love it.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Let's see if
Yeah.
Was Denise.
Okay.
Next question is from Carolina. She asked, when there's a ball really fast at my face, what to do? Because I always get scared.
And you're not allowed to dive away.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. I think it's a good one. And I think with most goalies, when they're scared for a ball and they don't have the idea that they can save the ball or at least make sure they are safe, so clear the ball away in front of their body, it's because they were scared and not in their basic position anymore when the ball is coming. And they really want to move. So first the ball is coming and you see, it's going in my face. and then my hands are down and I cannot protect myself anymore.
Or even that the hands are already down before the shot is coming.
And then it's
and
you're just a target.
Because from high to low is faster than from low to high because of gravity. So that's why we prefer the hands more around the shoulders, chest height.
Loose from the body.
Loose from the body, so you can move your hands very quick and fast. And the moment you drop them too early, then you're too late with the actions around your head and your shoulders.
So my advice would be try to stay in your basic position as long as you can, until you really know where the ball is coming. So when it's released off the stick, your hands, you still need to see your hands. If you don't see your hands anymore when they touch the ball, so when they hit the ball, probably they're not in a good position anymore. So keep them over there, and then you're well protected, and everyone can save the balls around their heads.
And when you're too late, then you
still have a helmet.
Then you're lucky, and your ears will be whistling. What one?
Next one.
Tell me.
Ronit Rai, 29. What drills should we daily do to improve skills for becoming national goalie like PR Srijesh?
That's
a tough one.
It's not only drills. It's to become one of the best goalkeepers on a high level. It's not about drills. It's about discipline. It's about habits. It's about the willing to learn, the capacity to cope with defeat. Winning is nice, but losing is a part of the game. You can't win always, and it's the package that makes he's a huge athlete. With power, with agility, flexibility, coordination,
reactions.
Right
mindset.
And so I think at the end, if you look at the top goalkeepers like the Srijesh, Cortés, Mary Hinge, it's all about, I think at the end, it's the mindset. They have the best mindset to perform. And they know what to do when they're under pressure. And the moment they make a mistake in a match, they can wash it off. And they can think about it and let it go away in the night of sleep. And but I think at the end it's footwork, coordination, and I think they are all able to stop the stoppable balls, and not the ultimate saves. On a good day they'll make the ultimate saves, but they are really good in stopping every ball what's in their stopping zone, and we call the stopping zone the part that's in this area. And they are bloody good in that, and they're so patient. Balanced, eyes on the ball, waiting. There's a big difference, especially on the international level. So well, keep it up, buddy. And in India, don't go outside to practice now, stay indoors.
Another question, also from Ronnie Trai. How to improve our reflexes and do more saves? I think it is a bit similar to the question also from Carolina. It all starts with a good basic position. You can have your hands low and have really good reflexes, but still you will be too late on the ball that is really there. So starting with a good basics and keeping that hands loose from your body, so your elbows loose from your body, makes you move easier. Of course, your reflexes, you can also train them separately with tennis balls. For example, now, throwing against the wall, catching, you use your eyes, you use your basic position, you can do it on a higher pace and closer distance for reactions more. You can face against the wall, let someone else from behind throw it at the wall and you have to save them. Quite similar to goalkeeping, you have to reflexes, good basic position, etc. But we all have loads of those drills in our at-home program. So go look at the website as well. We have loads of those exercises. But I think it's not just one thing that you can improve. It's the complete package. Another one from Carolina, a nice one for you, Martijn. How to deal with pressure in a match?
Yeah, that's, it's, we have different zones that you need to focus. I think we got the zone between the 25 and your goal. That's the part that you are focused, you're sharp, you are ready to make the save. And then we have the zone between the 25, 23 and the midfield, and the midline. That's a part that you're sharp and you're eager. Then we have the same at the other side, and then you are a bit of organized, and then we have between 23 and the back line at the other side, and that part I think you really don't need to concentrate, because you're more focused if everybody's on the position, but it's in coaching, no coaching.
No.
Because the ball's too far away, they will not listen, whatever. And then the moment the ball gets near, then your concentration goes up. The ball is into the D. You're ready there to make the save, and then the concentration goes down. The pressure also goes down. And if you want to be focused the whole match, at the end of a quarter, your concentration will go down, and then it's the moment that you start making little mistakes.
Yeah.
So it's every time it's like a wave.
Yeah.
You're focused, and then the pressure. Everybody's doing their best, and you're also doing your best. And one day you're bloody good, and one day you're not that good. Just accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but don't drop down, because say if you have. You got your lower level, you got your higher level, and say if your lower level is say a 5, try not to drop down under the 5. Get your 5, and maybe the next match you'll have a 7 or an 8. Yeah, you're almost human. You're almost human.
When you know it's a bad day,
you
can also be happy with that 5.
Yeah,
you could have also dropped down.
Yeah.
But if you keep it a solid 5 and maybe some saves to a 6, you should be happy.
Yeah.
It was a bad day, and I made the best out of it.
Yeah, and then you take a shower, wash it off.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, new day.
Celia, sometimes when the attacker shoots the ball, in my mind, I think the ball will go in. How can I stop that? It's a good one. Have a little bit of confidence in yourself. What Martijn already told, try to visualize before a match your good saves of that week and the previous matches. I think when you see that you're capable of stopping those balls, then you will save them. And then also focus on the really stoppable balls. Sometimes a goal is just a beautiful goal. And it's no harm that you didn't save it. It is all part of the game. And as long as you know that all the stoppable balls that you want to stop and want to save, you can save them, then you don't have to feel the pressure. Just focus on your task, and about concentration, what you said. Focus on the ball, focus on your basic stance, focus that you're really standing still, eyes on the ball, and knowing that you can save them, then you're much more relaxed.
Yeah, and if you start concentrating on the ultimate saves, realize that the player is also under pressure. There's also a defender behind, and if you start being nervous, it's in the advantage of the player. And the moment you are relaxed and calm,
confidence.
Just be like the eagle, floating, watching, and then you strike. And don't be the little rabbit on the ground that looks up and starts running because there's an eagle coming.
Relax.
Be the eagle.
Okay, before we miss something, be later. First we have these.
Okay.
Crook Heaven. What age were you when you started being a goalkeeper? Second year D, I think I was 10 or 11.
I was...
No, 11. Definitely 11. Was a little bit later.
I was, I think, 11 or 12 when I started, and I played left defender because my father was also left defender in the national team. So I want to be also defender.
You wanted to be like him.
But
I started as a striker.
Yeah.
For half a season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was my time. We didn't have a goalie, so we had to rotate.
Yeah.
And at the end, it was my time to be in the goal. We lost 9-0.
And you loved it.
I loved it. And then I walked up to the coach after the match. Can I be the goalie next time again? And he said, yeah, why not? And then after that match, I said, hey, can I be the goalie for next season? And he said, perfect. You're the goalie.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I had a very good goalkeeper, and my brother played also in the team, and I thought that guy was so good, and I wanted to also be a goalkeeper. And my father said, he was often abroad, and he said, well, you need to practice to be player and goalkeeper. And while he was abroad, I found his old boots, for in the garden, and I filled them with newspapers.
Yeah.
And they were my first leggings and pants. And it hurt like hell, but I was very proud.
Can imagine.
Yeah. And then I got my first pair of leggings and kickers. Yeah. I was so proud, and I walked from my house with the stuff on to the club.
I know where you lived. Wasn't that not that far away?
Yeah, I think it was about a 20 minutes walk. Yeah, it was. And then the next time I put the ball and I went on the bike.
I also did it once.
Yeah. It's not ideal. Not ideal. No. Yeah. Really fun.
Sheksta. I'm currently recovering from knee injury. Any tips to keep doing some sort of training?
What does the physio say? The doctor say?
Yeah. That's one thing, because you don't want to do something with your knee before the physiotherapist says you can.
And the doctor.
Yeah. But what you can do is seed it with tennis balls, hand-eye coordination. Loads of drills you can do seated as well, which you normally.
Core stability?
Core stability you definitely can, because you don't need your knees for it.
Yeah.
So definitely you can do a lot. Not do nothing. Try to do what you can do. More you cannot do. So try to do what you can do. Get some tennis balls and do indoors on a regular chair. You can do a lot. And just focus on your hand-eye coordination. You can definitely improve that skill. And if you already improve that skill a lot, that's something you get.
Yeah, and then normally what we see is that the doctor and the physio, they make the plan to recover what you can do, and you're only allowed to do that what it's the physio therapist and the doctor say what you are allowed to do.
Yeah.
And and sometimes takes from a knee recovery, it's often 7 to 8, 9 months.
Yeah, you don't want to start too early, because then it can go bad quickly.
Yeah, then you start all over. So keep the discipline. Yeah, and be patient.
Yeah,
because the game is too nice to throw away.
Yeah.
Because you're too eager to start too early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the same with a bad headache. Or a concussion. I mean, if you have a bad concussion and you start too early, it can go on and on and on. Just like a knee injury, go on and on and on, and then you can't play for a long time.
Yeah.
Better sit out the time and then recover fully to go for it again.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you can do stuff.
Field hockey goalkeeper. How to log?
How to log?
Yeah.
There are different styles.
Definitely.
Yeah, we see that we often log when you see with a PC on a shot on goal, and the moment you see you get out of the goal box, you stand, you wait, you focus on the top of the D, and the moment you see that the shot is being played, at that moment you log down to the ground, but we often see is that they make it like a little wall, but your head has to be vertical.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you have to go down, and with your head and the upper body has to be, say, almost 90 degrees upwards. Because if you want to watch the ball, you want to watch it in the vertical vision instead of the horizontal vision. Because in the horizontal vision, it's only 2D, and we want to have a vision in 3D. And that's the difficult part.
Yeah. So first, learn the logging, and you can do it in several ways. It's not just one way.
Yeah.
But indeed, this is, I think, the most important thing. All goalies that go into a log already stretch fully to the corner.
Yeah.
That's not necessary. If you go stretch fully to the corner and you get shot somewhere over here,
and you don't see the ball.
Yeah, you don't see the ball, and maybe it slips underneath, and that's why it slips underneath. If you really retract your arm or keep it already close to you, so your upper body and your head are vertical, and then the shot comes into the corner, you can easily stretch. It's just this distance that you need to do extra, and you're much quicker than that. You can do that easily.
Yeah, because if you go down directly horizontal, you go.
Yeah.
You're like a dead fish.
Yeah.
And you're just like a piece of meat being hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much more painful as well.
Yeah.
If you keep your hand closer, you can protect yourself.
Yeah.
Use your left hand as well to
eyes on the ball.
What I tell some goalies, just get your hand on top of the ball and block it and keep it in front of you. Then you can play it away yourself or wait for your defender.
Yeah, because with your left hand you can also whip it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Some for Slash.
Oh.
Hey, I know that, Bureau.
Yeah.
What are your goals as a goalie trainer, Martijn?
Oh, well, depends on with who I'm working, because it's I coach youngsters, and my goal with those youngsters is that I give them confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give them fun. They need to learn every time. It has to be a very safe environment for them, that they feel that they think that we trust each other very much, and that's on that level. And the higher level you get, the more demanding I'll be to my goalkeeper. That I say, okay, what do you think that I'm talking to you, that you say now this level, and what is your goal as a goalkeeper? What do you want to achieve, and how shall we get that done together?
Mm-hmm.
And is it realistic that you want to be? Yeah, because say, I want to be the goalkeeper in the national team. Yeah, but there's only one goalkeeper in the national team, and you need to have all those things that we've been talking to, and we can. Then they also have to be you have to be honest to tell them. Said, okay, I don't think that you're going to be the goalkeeper of the national team, but on this level, you're going to be a very good goalkeeper, and we're going to achieve that together.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So on every level, I have a different goal.
Definitely.
But my goal for myself is, the best is, I want to sit in the car every evening, drive home, and I want to ask myself, how did I perform today? And then from 1 to 10, I always want to have an 8, 7.5 or an 8. I need to perform, because I think that I need to do this for my goalkeepers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I demand things from them, so they demand also from me that I have to be there and give them my ultimate. And even if I'm tired, I don't care. I can sleep.
Yeah. Sleep afterwards.
Yeah. And sometimes, sometimes it's tough when you've been standing for 4 hours in the rain, and you've got 2 more hours to go. But then still, my goal is the last hour is going to be the best. Yeah.
And most of the times I have to, when I'm standing that long, most of the times the last hours are the highest level goalkeepers. Yeah. You have to go.
Yeah.
You have to. You cannot sleep.
No.
But I also don't mind if I have to be on the pitch for a very long time. Every hour there will be fresh goalies.
Yeah.
I get so much energy of them. So they will be fresh and they're pumped up. I want to train, and it's already my 5th hour, but it doesn't really matter because you want to, I want to. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's quite easy. My goal, I also have that. I also ask myself when I drive home, how did I do today? Am I happy with what I did today? Not give myself a number, but am I happy with what I did today? And did I give it all? And did my goalies give it all?
Yeah.
That's an important thing. But then my goals, for the future, I want to be at least at an Olympic. And I already said when I started, when I've been asked to do something for the Dutch Hockey Association a long time ago, I said to myself, Tokyo 2020, I want to be there. I was almost there. One goal, one shootout. We're almost there with the Canadian team. But the entire event is gone, 2020. So
good chance. You never know.
It was not my mistake that I wasn't there. It was just the corona. No, an Olympic would be awesome. Yeah, that's the highest as a sportsman. That's the highest level you can achieve. And I think as a coach, I never had the opportunity to do that as a sportsman. So I want to do it as a coach.
Now, I started playing hockey because my father, I want to go to the Olympics, and I was playing in the highest division in Holland. I played the under-21s, but I was not good enough, or they had different ideas of what kind of goalkeeper they want to have on goal, and I accepted that, and so I said, okay, then I want to help my goalkeepers towards Olympics, and I did a lot of them. I started in 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, but I never really went to the Olympics. And because it's often the staff, you got such a little staff with hockey, and I think it's wiser to bring in a second physiotherapist, because the tournament's so tough. And then the hours the matches. And if they need me during the Olympics, they can call. But if they really need me, I think I didn't do a very good job. Because I think I got to deliver them to the games, and they're ready for it. And if they want to and they want to talk to me, they can talk to me. But they're ready.
Should be ready. Good question. Larissa Hockey. What's the time? She told me that she had to leave a little bit early, but we also record it and we put it online, so she can look back. Larissa Hockey, what is the best technique for diving? Because I see a lot of goalies make us kind of a rotslag, and I don't. Rotslag is so rotate with your feet in the air. Best technique for diving. I don't like the word diving. I think when you're in a good position, good basic position also as well, there's really no need to dive. Not a lot of times. It's more falling because it's much more controlled than actually diving. It's just for maybe when you're already 4-0 up and there's a nice ball in the top corner, you can dive. But it's most of the times when you see a goalie dive, it's because of a lack of positioning, lack of balance, and they need to adjust. And then, I'm already leaning to the left, but I have to go there, so I sort of dive.
You get your ultimate save. But I think if you look at I think the most important thing is, if you want to dive, that you bring your hand as quick as possible to the same height as the ball. And then you just drop down, don't think. But the moment your hand is on the same height as the ball, go down, and you just push your way to the side, I think, and you get your eyes on the ball, you will make your save.
I know a lot of young goalies want to dive.
It looks cool.
It looks cool.
And young goalkeepers, the goal is much bigger, right? But if you look at the Irish wall, Davy Hart, Jesus,
he never has to dive.
No,
maybe when he's in the corner.
But even then, sometimes you see him dive. And the first thing you do is bring his hand to the side and just go with the flow.
So don't achieve to dive. It's an ultimate save. That's important.
But if you can I give a small detail, when you want to get out of the you want to go into the air, make an aerial, you want to fly. Welcome aboard Larissa Airlines. The moment you want to land, the first thing you land on is on the side of your lower leg.
Yeah.
Then the hip, and then your arm. And often we see that goalkeepers, they fall, and then they fall directly on the elbow, and then the shoulder gets bumped up, and then they get bruises on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And that's because they don't land first on the side of the underleg.
So when they push too much, you also sometimes see goalies, they want to dive so eagerly to the corner of the goal that they push too much, and in the air they have to recover, and that's why I call it the scorpion. Their legs go over their heads because they did push too much.
Yeah.
Often the goal is not that big,
No.
so if you already push a little bit, you're already with your head in the corner of the goal.
But it's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Really
and sometimes I really ask my goalies to dive because it's just it's fun.
Yeah.
We said fun is a big part, so we have to.
Derry, hi guys. What training difference would you suggest for juniors compared to adults?
Well, I think the intensity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the intensity is, I also coach veterans. But then the intensity of the sessions is lower because they're less stronger, and the condition, the physical part is less. But at the beginning, for the juniors, a junior of 10 years will be trained different than a junior of 16.
Yeah, definitely.
And the 16 and the 18 is almost the same. But then it's going to be more tougher. It's more demanding also.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's also the build-up.
Yeah. It's just not juniors and then something different is seniors.
No,
it's just a build-up in general.
And also you need to see what is the level. That means also if he's a senior, so we're gonna first the first 2 sessions you're analyzing what you have on goal.
Yeah.
And then you make your plan, and then from there you start building the sessions, and you can make it more tough, or maybe you'll be working maybe for some goalkeepers more technical.
Yeah,
depends on what it demands.
Definitely. Shall I first do some questions from over there?
Sure,
in the chat,
please.
See what's in here. Okay. Larissa, I was born with not being able to see 3D, and I still became a goalkeeper. I've learned to deal with it.
Well done. Yeah. I was also tennis coach, and I had one of my pupils had one eye.
Mm-hmm.
So
one pupil.
Yeah, the one eye. Yeah. So it had only one eye. So it was also very difficult, but he was capable to play very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's harder.
Yeah.
Much harder, much more focused. Paul, what is the drill skill you enjoy the most when coaching? What I really, really like, and it's not the most fantastic save, and it looks, I know, last season, we watched the match, both of us, we didn't look it together. It was Kampong Bloemendaal, Kampong playoffs. And afterwards, the goalie of Bloemendaal made a great save, but almost nobody cheered.
Yeah.
Almost nobody cheered. And directly when I saw you in the parking lot, we said, "Did you see the save?"
Yeah.
And it was
Maurits Visser. It was so
beautifully executed. It was a ball this high into the corner on his left, and he got it on his leggers, and the ball didn't fly off high. He took his whole body with him,
perfect
so
balance, relaxed.
And I think I can really enjoy a save like that because it's technically so difficult, but it looks so easy. And nobody would cheer, but as a goalie professional, you will see, damn, this is really hard. I really like those saves.
I like also the ultimate shots on goal, and you see the players almost cheer.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you see the goalkeeper making ridiculous save, and that's also like a Cortez and a Maddie, a Sam, Davy Hart, Van Asch. He's also they can really make some massive saves. They can make. I enjoy the winning saves to keep the team in the race.
That of Maurits was definitely one of them.
That's
Okay, Brian. Hey, Brian again.
Hey.
As a goalkeeper coach, do you travel to many tournaments? For me, not so much. Not yet. No. I've been in Ireland. The last tournament I was in Ireland. The Olympic qualifier with Canada against Ireland. That was my last tournament I went to.
I've been when I worked for Spain. I worked for many years for Spain, and then every tournament I was there. And after with the Dutch team towards London, I wasn't that much at tournaments. That was not possible. And from there, I mostly prepared them towards tournaments. And if I was able, I went there to watch, say, a weekend or something like that.
Just enjoy.
Just enjoy and be more a spectator.
Richie Owen, how much value do you guys place on academic coaching theory, especially as academic research is finally recognizing hockey as a sport worthy of researching? I sometimes read books about especially the human body. I think a lot of goalies like it when I say, if you do this, that means that this and this and this part of your body do this, and then it's easier to save a ball. So please bring your hands with you and open it up when you want to save that ball in your foot. And if you explain them why, because I have the knowledge of the human body, it makes it easier. So yes, those type of things I do.
I read a lot about focus, mindset. And I work with someone on the Fridays, and we work and find the personalities and characters of the goalkeepers, and we try to bring them with his knowledge in the stress positions. So they feel the pressure, and they need to find a way to get out of the pressure, out of the stress, and get back in the normal groove again. And I did research also in ice with the University of Amsterdam, and that on the drag flick. And the guys of the university said that because the ball went that fast, a goalkeeper always looks at a point where you can see the fake ball was going, and my philosophy is that a goalkeeper is able to wait, see the release of the ball, and the moment he sees the direction, that he then reacts. And that's true. And that part is possible. And yes, it's tough. But there was also quite academic, was that?
Good question.
Thank you.
If there are more questions, please let us know. We have 6 minutes left in this hour.
We got a little bit more.
And we have also here 6 other questions. Dan Graham, that's one of the bad habits. Getting rid of bad habits like lazy stick work. I transitioned from hockey to hurling. So how to get rid of bad habits? I think it is nice if someone tells it to you every time. It's hard to do it on your own. You have to have a really good mindset to get yourself out of bad habits.
Because if you have a bad habit, it's also a bit in your character, your personality. It's a bit, and it's not about good or bad. But sometimes, sorry about the word, sometimes you need a coach to kick your ass.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I say, you want to be lazy, fine. But every time I see if you're lazy, 3 push-ups.
Yeah.
Or then the next time will be 6 or whatever. That helps.
You know what helped for one of my goalies, and we can laugh about it. A lot of times we do it at almost every training. He kept his hands down all the time. And really after 9 months of coaching him, I was really tired of telling him every ball I had to play, David, keep your hands up, come on. So I said, okay, let's do a stroke. I play a stroke on you, and if you can save it, I'll do 20 push-ups. And I pushed the ball, boom, on his helmet. Not very fast though, but he had his hands down. He was always too slow to even stop it. Yeah, you know him, he was trained. So he was always would have been too slow. So I played it not that fast, boom, straight on his helmet. And yeah, okay. I now know where you're going to. I did the push-ups, but he got a good lesson, and from then on, he now tells the other goalies, yeah, you have to keep your hands high, otherwise then it's gonna push a ball on your helmet. So sometimes, you need to have a kick in someone else says it to you, and keep reminding yourself. Yeah. What I think is a really nice one is put a tape in your leggers, a white piece of tape in your leggers, and write on it what your bad habit is, so to keep reminding yourself of it. Yeah. White tape, sports tape. Yeah. At the inside, just above the knee, and if you walk, on every step, you'll see the white tape. Yeah. It will remind you. Scotty, how to do sliding saves and scramble back to the box? Yeah, it all depends on the situation. There's so many sliding saves that you can do. Yeah, I think we prefer often the single slide. Yeah. Because then the upper body can be more straight, so you can see the ball better. Yeah. While sliding towards the ball is going to be easier because you can use your knee to get up again. Yeah. And then I think the most important thing is that if you get back on your feet, that you really read the body language of the player, because you can go quick as possible backwards. Yeah. But if you don't recognize that it's going to play the ball, you're wrong-footed. Yeah. And that, wrong-footed is always because you're too eager, because you're not in balance again. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So it's not always going back to the box as quick as possible. It's indeed go out with a good timing and then see what's happening. If you have the time and there's already pressure from someone else, from a defender, you can go back. Yeah. If it's not, keep pressure on. Yeah, keep pressure or move sideways. Yeah. And the nice thing is that every situation, every match, in every training, every time is different. Yeah. Definitely. It's no quick fix for it. No. Grewal 606060. Drills to save for low shots during PC by drag flick. The drill is flick low balls. Yeah. Or use a ball machine. Yeah, if you want to save low balls, get low balls on goal. Yeah, but I think if you look at there's the difficult part for the drag flick low at the stick side is that there's the ball that's going to be played just next to your foot or a little wider. Yeah. And by using your eyes very well and getting a lot of balls on goal, you start reading, can I play the ball with my foot or do I need to go with my stick to the goal? But the moment you make a choice that you need to go with your stick, bring your hand as quick as possible to the same height as the ball. Yeah. And just let yourself drop. Yeah, and keep your foot then away. Yeah. If you want to go with your stick, no foot in the corner. No. If you want to go with your foot, no stick there. Yeah. It's just foot. Yeah. Otherwise, it's a little bit of both, and you hope that you're gonna save it, and then it won't. And it will block your distance. But I think also a really, really good one is you can play those specific balls and train on that with a ball machine perfectly. Yeah. But with a drag flick, you always have a little bit of the drag from the goalie point of view to the left that gets you wrong-footed, and then the balls on the right are very hard. So I also think keep training with a regular drag flick, or a goalie trainer or a lacrosse net can do the same. that you get that fake in it as well, that you stay in balance until the ball is released.
Yeah, or in Argentina you can use the spoon.
The spoon.
Yeah, the spoon.
The scoop.
The long one that's from
that you also have.
nationalism.
I think train all the situations that you can, and you can train them specific, but also a bit wider.
Yeah, but I think the most important thing is that you have to have an empty head, and that you're not already moving to a side because you're expecting the ball there. So if you train those balls, sometimes the ball has to be played somewhere else. Otherwise, you're already moving to a side.
Yeah. Is this also something you're gonna talk about in the webinar on Friday?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that also on Friday.
Role of the goalie is the webinar on Friday.
Yeah.
We also now had some questions about going to the grounds, logging, etc. We also have a webinar about decision making, and I think that's a perfect one. When to go to the grounds, how to do it, that's all in the decision making webinar.
Yeah.
So if you're eager to learn more and hear more about it,
be our guest.
Be our guest and go to a webinar. Because we have another question that's about going to the ground again from Baby Girl. Richie Owen, if you could prioritize 3 attributes or skills for an up-and-coming keeper, what could they be? 3 different attributes or skills. I think if you will start with what does a goalie need to have to reach a higher level, I think.
Protection.
Yeah. 2 eyes. Now, what I think is a load of times when we train the top goalies, we demand a lot of them on the basic things, I think.
Yeah.
Really stand still, really look at the ball, really make sure your balance and your basic stance are well. So I think it's all coming down to the basic things that when we start with the young goalies, we want to teach them some basics. Yeah. That's the most important in the end when we train with the older goalies and when you want to step up your game. So I think we also had a webinar about footwork, and we said everything is footwork. If you want to save the ball, it doesn't matter where it's going, you all need to have footwork. So that's one of the key points that you need to have in your toolbox, good footwork, to be able to save every ball and to become a better goalie.
And I think also you need to talk about the goalkeeper, that he has to add one skill, that he has to be demanding for himself. If sometimes we do an exercise with one of the youngsters, and I do exactly the same exercise with Josine or Davy Hart, or a few years ago with Maddie. They did exactly the same exercise, and they were worn out because they were so demanding, so focused, so concentrated, so high level, and maybe for the other goalkeeper it was okay.
Yeah.
But they always demand something extra. That's why they are so good. So push them always also to the ultimate of the level of the day.
Yeah.
So if you, or I often say is that say you have a flu. You had a flu, and you had a little fight with your girlfriend. Yeah. You come to the training, so your level from 100, from 0 to 100 is maybe 70. Okay, because you don't feel that well with flu, whatever. Then you must not demand 100, but you must not give it. I don't feel that well, and my girlfriend, blah blah blah. So she drops down, and you drop down to 50%, and then you get home and you feel shit. Yeah. Sorry about the word. But then if your level is 70, 69 is not good enough, and that's something what you can learn for an upcoming goalkeeper. Yeah. That to find the level of the day and perform on that level. And if your level of the day is 50%, then 50% it will be get on the shower, wash it off. Tomorrow you got a new day.
Yep.
That's the way it is. Yeah.
Next one.
Richie Owen, if you could prioritize. Oh, sorry, same. We already did. Evelyn, how could you train the best your techniques at home next to your footwork? Easily. We have now 120 something drills online.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's without gear.
Without gear.
Yeah.
12 are with gear.
Yeah. Okay.
The rest is all without gear. The only thing you need are tennis balls, and the rest you can do with stuff you have at home.
Yeah.
So the only thing you need to have are tennis balls. And we have a lot. You can train your hand-eye coordination with some throwing and catching, and tons of extra.
You can use we have good exercises where you train your core stability and throwing balls and everything.
You can train your agility. You can train your strength. You can train to be more explosive, to reach balls more in the corner. Reaction speed you can train. You can train your brain. We also have exercises that you have to use your both sides of the brain. So do something else while throwing the ball. You can do loads of things, and there's tons of stuff to do. And we all have that in our at-home program on the website. There's so many things you can think of.
What also nice thing is that I will get what are you? So you have you got the ball, and when you ask me a mathematic question, so 2 + 2 is
4.
So then I have to catch with my right hand. When it's uneven, I have to catch with my left hand. So you add
2 + 2 will always be 4. So always your right hand.
Yeah.
It will never get uneven, Martijn. Yeah, but then it got you thinking.
Yeah. That's nice.
And we also have a drill that Gowan Jones, the goalie of the South African team, made. You have to point at numbers that are on the wall while throwing, catching balls.
And if you point on the wrong number
or drop the ball,
then you have to do push-ups.
Yeah, 5 explosive squats.
Yeah. Oh, bam!
You only 5 explosive squats. Sorry, it was a really, really bad imitation of Gowan Jones.
Yeah.
Those were the questions that were sent up front. We still have some over here.
Yeah, tell me.
Oh, Larissa was still here. She moved her appointment.
Nice.
Richie Owen, how easily do you find communicating and working with head coaches when you are working as a specific goalkeeper coach? What I always ask, when I'm on a club, I'm one of the, and sometimes just the only goalie coach, but then I'll work with 25 different goalies on the club. Then I'm not gonna try to get in contact with them. They have to get in contact with me, and I let the head coach of the club know to all the coaches, this is Dennis, this is how you can reach him. If you see your goalie struggling, please get in contact with him. And that's when you start at a club. Some clubs like Amsterdam, and Dragon, I'm already for much longer. And then I know all the coaches, and then it's easier. Some of them are my friends, so then it's really easy.
Yeah, I often have the coaches they pop by and say, "Hey, I got a question about my goalkeeper. What can I do?" And you just talk about them, give them advice. Yeah, and we organize sometimes also for the clubs evenings for coaches. Yeah. And how they can better communicate with the goalkeepers, or how they can use the goalkeeper better in their matches, or evening for the trainers, field trainers, how they can use the goalkeeper better in the sessions.
Also have a webinar coming up about that. Yeah. And it was also a very important one. A lot of times the coaches are not communicating to the goalie during the training session because they don't know what to tell. And then I just say some basics. I tell them during one of those evenings, just the basics. Yeah. And see if they're standing still. If that's something you want to have your goalies to do, just see if they're standing still. So not all the techniques behind them, and just let them focus on a couple of things that they sometimes can still tell something. It's a good thing to communicate with the coach because they're just with you maybe an hour a week on the pitch if they're lucky. and with the team, they're much more. They spend much more time, and it would be weird if you have no idea what's happening over there.
Yeah.
Another question, Jen. Strokes, low balls. How do you recommend diving or lunge? I would say it depends on what type of goalie you are.
Stroke?
Yeah, it's on a stroke. It's hard.
If the higher the level, the faster the ball will go.
Yeah.
And I think often on a fast, if you know that the stroke is fast, I think you need to make a choice and go.
Fully.
The lower the level, the longer you can wait and make a decision.
Yeah, definitely.
Luckily you see often more that when the ball gets to the left side of the goalkeeper, they dare to dive with their left hand on a low ball.
Yeah.
Because you can reach further with your left hand by falling than logging only with your foot.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it all depends on what techniques you really are capable of doing.
Yeah.
When you're really good in a big lunge and you can reach that ball into the corner with your foot, why not? It's about saving it. It's not about how saving it.
I think at the end, if you don't save the ball, it's okay.
Yeah.
But the pressure again is on the stroke and on the player, and he has to make the stroke, because the moment he or she doesn't make the stroke, she sits in the car on the bike thinking, or the team feels bad that he or she missed the stroke.
Yeah.
And that's also the game that you need to play before the stroke. Go towards the goalkeeper, the player, look him in the eyes, show them who you are, play the game. This, I think, it's the mental game in the penalty stroke is also there.
Yeah.
And I think when it's important stroke, I think 8 out of 10 is stick side low.
Yeah, definitely. There was once and they made a short video clip of it in the Hoofdklasse Dames in Holland, the highest league. There was one weekend, a double weekend, that there were 10 strokes in total. 10 out of 10 went stick side low.
Yeah. There's pressure, and then I think when that there's pressure, I would go dive to the corner, stick side, and when they fix the ball somewhere high, applause.
Nice goal.
Applause.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
See if there's more. Paul, how did the business come about? What do you exactly mean, Paul?
Ik heb 2 vingers naar beneden.
Yeah. How did your business come about? If I get you right, how did my business sort of start? That's a funny story. I was playing in a lower level team, and I was asked to go to a higher team that also trained much more. So from 2 times a week and a goalie training once every 2 weeks, I went to 4 times a week training, and then I also trained with you sometimes about once a week, and the other week it was 2 times a goalie session. So I was really lucky. But yeah, that demanded a lot of more time from me, and my work where I work then is in a big building company. They said, okay, as long as you make your 40 hours and we know when you are here, it's fine. 9 months later, there was crisis. Bye, Dennis. Yeah, you can never work more. I already told you. But yeah, then I had a chat with you, and there was, I think, before an Olympic start towards the Olympics, you said, okay, I have some clubs because I will be more busy with the national teams. I have some clubs that you can work for. That asked me, but I can do it. And then I started working for those clubs, and that's how it started. So I tried to do it for just 1 year, to just do a year with just hockey and see afterwards to go back to building again. Never happened. I liked it too much. So that's how it started. He convinced me too much. Yeah. It's already 9 years ago.
Very happy with that.
No, now I'm here.
Yeah.
Otherwise it will be on the building site maybe. I don't know.
But
No.
this suits you much.
This much better. This much better. Thanks again, guys. Sounds like Dutch clubs are much more further ahead of most English clubs. Then, I think you're talking about the communication with coaches, etc., and the setup for the goalie sessions.
Yeah, but it's at the end you're still responsible for your goalkeepers, and if the club doesn't communicate, you communicate with the club.
Yeah.
And be demanding. Take your phone, send emails, and communication is talking with each other, looking each other in the eyes, and it's not WhatsApp. WhatsApp is no communication. My coach and my goalies are not allowed to communicate. So I can't make it by WhatsApp. Take the call, phone.
Yeah,
that's communication.
Yeah,
and if you have a problem, call someone, make a meeting, and look in the eyes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, do it.
Last one from Larissa. Do you have tips on communicating with your team during a match? That's hard. But first, two things that you need to know is call a name loud and a task. If you do those two things together, combined, then they will know what to do. And a lot of times I just hear, there's someone free over here, there's someone free over here. That doesn't work, because then they still don't know what to do. And they say, I also see that, but what do I have to do? So be clear, a task, a name and a task, and keep it like that. Yeah. And a lot of times I hear from my goalies that they say, but my defense is not listening. And that's especially on a bit younger age when they start coaching. Yeah. I always say, keep doing it. Please keep doing it. Because there will be a time, they're a little bit stubborn. There will be a time that they think, shit, damn, what that girl or boy behind me is telling me every time is actually true. Yeah. And then they realize, okay, when, because probably once they hear to the right and they step to the right and they intercept the ball. And, oh, damn. That was good. Yeah. Let's do that more often. And then your team starts listening to you. And once you reach that point, then you can go on further. But first start with the basics, task and the name, and make sure they listen to you.
Yeah. And I can also add, try to say things that are simple.
Yeah.
If you tell them, beware behind you, they will turn around, look, but they don't see the ball anymore.
Yeah.
So it's more to your backhand, close your backhand. Then you know this is the backhand.
Yeah.
Or close your forehand. He's moving to your forehand. He's moving to furthermore. So that's clear.
Yeah.
And very specific.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And once you get further with that, I also, when I played for Pinoquet, I knew from my defenders what they really listen to. Some listen to a specific name, and some names they didn't even listen to, even though it was their name. And some listen to left, right, and some listen to back and forehand.
Yeah.
And when you know that, you can coach them even more specific and get them better instructions.
Yeah.
But that's for later. First, make them listen to you and get the basics right of coaching. That's a task.
And then if you start coaching while the ball is on the other side of the pitch, they will never listen to you, because then there's only noise coming out of your helmet.
Yeah.
And the moment the ball is getting to the 25 and you start coaching, it's fine. But be aware, the moment the ball is in the D, inside the D, you're not allowed to coach anymore. When the ball is in your area, shut up, because your task is stopping balls.
Yeah.
Yeah?
True.
Very true. Very true.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna see if there is anything. I see one more question from Nicholas, and then we call it a day.
Yeah.
I want to know, for training, is better a lot of balls in a short time or just some balls to have time for preparing?
Well, we use about 200 balls on the pitch, but we have series of balls of max 8.
Yeah.
And then there's a little break, and in those 8 balls, there's always not a rhythm.
Yeah.
And you need to think a match situation. Between every ball in a match, there's about 2 or 3 seconds. So you make a block, and maybe a second ball over there, and that's 2-3 seconds. So if you play ball, you don't train proper. You don't get a good ball connection, not good footwork, no technique. So it's better to have you play, say, 3 series of 8 with a little break in between. Then you pound 24 balls.
Yeah, never happens.
No.
You don't train on quality anymore.
No.
You want to have quality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paul, thanks a lot. I learned so much. Happy to help you, Paul. To add to that, we call it a day. These were the questions.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you a lot. If you want to learn more, look at our webinars series. We have loads of stuff coming up, but we already did a lot in the last few weeks. They're all still available. So always available to look back. So the only thing is that you cannot answer questions anymore. So if you have questions about a certain topic, please sign in for the webinars, and then you can ask your questions beforehand, and we will discuss them during the webinar. Yeah. But also maybe for our next Q&A.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be.
Okay, thank you so much. Stay safe. Be friendly to all the people, for your coaches, your family.
Stay indoors.
Stay indoors. Don't go cheating outside. Yeah, only some shopping. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.